Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a week of workouts, what that looks like for me. So I've been following the same workout split for a little over a year now. I've been working at my gym for 2.5 years and I'm a personal trainer and I'm the manager, so I do front desk. So how I do my workout splits is usually in between clients in the morning or before my first client in the morning. And that's just what has worked best for me over the years, so I've found no need to change it. I've been following the same workout split. Now, obviously my weight progressions increase with progressive overload, but the same workout split has just worked for me. So Monday is chest, shoulders, and triceps. Tuesday is leg day, and sometimes it's quad focus, but usually it's glute and hamstring focus, just because have been all about the glute gains for a little over a year now because I'm pretty quad dominant and happy with where they're at. Wednesday is usually a rest day. Last year I was doing one of our cardio classes once or twice a week, but I was doing hardcore cardio last year. My body really needed a break, so 2024 I've been doing minimal cardio and my body's pretty happy with that. I will get back to it at some point. And then right now though, it's usually just like a 30-minute walk on Wednesdays. Thursday is back and biceps. And biceps I've been doing like every other week. I'm pretty happy with where my biceps are at. I'm not upset if I miss biceps one week. And then Friday is an active rest day, usually low intensity cardio or just a 30-minute walk. And then Saturday is my second leg day, usually glute and hamstring focus. And Sunday is a total rest day. If I do get movement in, great. If not, no worries, because I want to fully rest that day. So that's what it looks like for me. I'm gonna go in detail every single day of the week. One of the days I did forget to film sideways, so it is vertical, but I hope you enjoy, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or of anything else that you might want to see or want answers about. Starting with Monday, chest, shoulders, triceps, I'll do a banded warm up, and then usually my first exercise is going to be chest flies on the machine. And I do 3 sets of these, a pretty moderate weight, just to really get my chest warmed up. And from there, my compound is always going to be either a flat bench press or an incline press. And I do 4 sets of my compound, starting with a pretty light to moderate weight, and then I jump right to my heaviest working set when I have the most energy. Range will be usually 8 to 10 reps, and depending on how heavy I go, sometimes I only get 5 or 6 in. That last rep really taking a deep breath, using all the energy you got. And then I go on to my shoulder compound of shoulder presses, and same thing, I'll do my very first set with like a pretty moderate weight, and then that second set I'm going right for my most challenging weight, which is usually between 40 to 45 pounds. Lately I've been kind of plateauing and not getting the 45 pounds up. Form tips here, making sure we have a tight core and that our shoulders are set forward just a little bit, not straight out to the side. And then from there, I'll do, usually my accessory is going to be like a hammer grip front raise, or I'll do an incline front raise. And then I am going to be doing lateral raises after these, but I love a good seated hammer grip front raise because it takes away that momentum and really lights up those front delts just like that. And then moving on to lateral raises, always a go-to. And I find it important to do single arm sometimes as well, so I'll switch it up and do a single arm lateral raise too. Moving on to triceps, I love a good skull crusher with the easy bars. You can do skull crushers with dumbbells too. I just personally love the easy bars, and I do 3 sets of these, starting sometimes with the 20-pounder and then going right to the 30s. My second tricep move is going to be push downs at the cables. You can do these with a straight bar or a rope. It doesn't matter. It's your personal preference. I switch it up between both, but the rope always gives me the best range of motion. Going on to my first leg day of the week on Tuesdays, I did forget to film this sideways. My compound is usually a squat variation. So I have a belt squat, I have a reverse V squat, we have the Smith machine. It just depends on how I'm feeling, but I love a good Smith machine squat just to help control my tempo. And I'll do 4 sets of those, trying to up the weight as I go. For my unilateral exercise, it will switch up every now and then, but it stays somewhat the same. So I have stationary lunges here, but sometimes I'll do a reverse lunge, or I'll do step ups, or maybe even a single leg press, and I'll do 3 sets. And then from there, I did another unilateral exercise / an accessory move of glute kickbacks. These I like to throw into the rotation very often because I struggle with growing my upper glutes, and these are a fantastic way to really create that shelf. Moving on to back and biceps on Thursdays, which, like I said, sometimes it might fall on a Friday, and sometimes, well, lately I've been doing biceps every other week, which is perfect for me. And my compound is usually lat pull downs or an underhand or overhand row. I do 4 sets of these, making sure I'm increasing the weight with each set if I can, using my lats to pull down, not all of my momentum, but obviously the heavier you go, the more momentum you're probably going to use. And from there, we are doing straight arm lat pull downs. This is a fantastic way to target your lats again. Form here, making sure we're pulling the rope to our hips, not to our thighs. And you can use a rope here or you can use a straight bar. Doesn't matter. Again, personal preference. I just love using the rope. And I'll usually do 3 sets of these, sometimes 4, but I've mentioned this before. If you're giving a good amount of effort, 3 sets should be enough for your exercises. And again, I do try to increase my weight as I go. My single arm exercise on back day is almost always going to be a dumbbell single arm row. And if it's not a dumbbell single arm row, it's probably going to be a seated row on the machine, or it's going to be a single arm seated row on the cable. I just love a good single arm row. A tip here is to try doing these at the edge of a bench versus kneeling on a bench. I just feel that there's better range of motion and less wonky form, but that could be just because of my anatomy, because I have shorter arms, and I do 3 sets of these. And then I do some pull-ups, and sometimes I'll start with these, sometimes I'll end with these. Obviously, you have the most energy at the beginning, but it's good to test yourself at the end too. Going on to my second leg day of the week, which is usually on a Saturday. I don't always have like a quad focus leg day. You'll see quad focus leg day, glute focus leg day, hamstring focus. I don't target my quads a ton, at least in the past year, just because my main focus has been glute growth. I'll still hit them, but I'm not going to have an entire workout dedicated to quads, and that's just for my personal fitness goals. But for this workout, the compound was hip thrusts, and my second leg day, the compound will usually be a hip thrust or a Romanian deadlift or maybe another squat variation. And I'll do 4 sets of these, aiming to up the weight as much as I can. And it might not be set after set, but I might be at a working set for 2 to 3 sets. And then that last set really push myself. And I aim for a good 8 to 10 reps here. And my single leg exercise was a B stance hip thrust. If you have not done these, you should start doing them because they are fantastic. And doing these will really help you realize if you have any muscle imbalance on either of your legs. And my last exercise of this leg day was a Smith machine RDL. And sometimes this move will be my main compound of the workout, like my very first exercise that I want all of my energy for. But sometimes I'll put this at the end, especially if it's on the Smith machine, because it's just a little more slow and controlled. And I haven't done barbell RDLs in a while, but I was doing them for a very long time. And sometimes our muscles just get used to certain moves, and the Smith machine really helps tempo changing and to just help it change up a little bit. And I still do 4 sets because it is a compound move, and I don't up the weight with each set. I usually work with the same weight all 4 sets just to make sure I'm focusing on form over weight. So that's what a week of workouts typically looks like for me. And if you have any questions or any other things that you might want to see, leave a comment below. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.